Day 5. Hi there. Thanks for joining. All right. What shall we dive into today? I have a bunch of different topics. How about lying? How many of you have been at the effect of people lying to you and you lying to yourself? That's probably the bigger one that nobody really looks at. So, one way to be aware of when people are lying is when you ask a question, either in your head or out loud, you can ask truth and then ask the question. And what happens when you do that is the person either tells you the truth or you know they're lying because there's this weird energy that follows. And I don't know if I talked about this in one of the earlier ones, but when something is true, even if it's not something you want to hear, when it's true, it will feel light, expansive. And when there's a lie, it'll feel heavy or contractive. So a lot of times you feel this heavy in your gut and you think, oh, that must mean it's real. No, that means it's a lie. And even if you find out something not so pleasant, if it's true, there will be a lightness to it. And until we then attach emotional baggage to it, and then we make it heavy. So everything that is, and everywhere we have not been willing to have our awareness of what is true and what is a lie in regards to other people. Let's destroy and uncreate that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Let that unwind a bit and expand out. Lower your barriers. When we're letting go of stuff, you don't want to be all contracted. It makes it so hard. So just relax and expand. Lying to ourselves. That's a big one. So what if you were to ask yourself, what's true for me? And truth, do I really desire X, Y, or Z? Really ask yourself and say truth to yourself so that you get the awareness of what's true for you. Because a lot of times we are buying the opposite, or we're not paying attention to our real points of view underneath. We're hiding them, we're stuffing them, we're shoving them in the back of the closet, and that doesn't help you. So being willing to look at it, to shine the light on it, makes it so easy to clear it out, let go. I just cleaned out the hall closet, the actual hall closet. And there were things from, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And we just pulled everything out, vacuumed, and got rid of all the things that we will not use again, do not really like to have in our lives. And the rest we organized and put it back in a way that makes it useful, easy to get to. And wow, there's like this clear space, you shine the light on it, you let go of what you don't want anymore, and it just feels so freeing. So how many lies have you told yourself that you're still holding on to? And all of those that you're willing to, will you destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Whew. And all the lies that you bought from other people as true when they weren't. Will you destroy and uncreate all of those? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. Start to get some space. Another really important key point is that people will accuse you of what they themselves are doing. So if they're like, you're controlling, that means they're controlling. If they're like, I know you're not telling me something, they're not telling you something. And it's not necessary to call them out on it. What if you were to have your awareness, know what you know, and be willing to choose what works for you when it works for you? Like, you don't need to slam somebody, I know you're lying. You can just be like, okay. And in your head, oh, they're lying. Cool. How can I use this to my advantage? When can I use this to my advantage? And everything that doesn't allow that to just drop into your awareness, not be this calculated thing that you must do, but just know, oh, these people lie, this person's lying. Gee, I wonder if they ever tell the truth. Do I ever tell myself the truth? Everything this brings up times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. So what if you were no longer at the effect of people lying and all the baggage, the emotional baggage from the past that are attached to lies, will you destroy and uncreate them? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So what might happen is, as a result of clearing this, and maybe you want to listen to this one a few times to break free some old stuck stuff. But what will happen is, there'll be a certain amount of space, a certain amount of letting go. And then you may start to get different awarenesses of things that happened in the past, that you bought the lie from somebody, or you bought your own lie about something. And then it's like, oh, it just comes to the surface. So here we are, we're pulling these old weeds. And in the beginning, you might be just pulling the weed part that is sticking up out of the ground, but there's still roots. And so those roots will start to surface. When it comes up, don't go back into blame and shame and regret and guilt and all of that stuff again. It's like, oh, here's more of this root. Let's destroy and uncreate everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. And you're pulling out all the little tendrils, all the pieces. And then eventually you'll get to this space where there's no trigger anymore whatsoever from either the person or the situation or people lying the same kind of lies or different lies. You'll be aware. And maybe you'll even be aware of yourself when you're lying to yourself, because that's probably the biggest one that nobody looks at. Everybody wants to point fingers and put the blame on other people, but we have to know what is true for us, and we have to be willing to choose what works for us and not lie to ourselves that, oh, gee, this relationship was so great, when not so much. And it's okay. It's nobody's fault. It's just what you chose and what you created. And now you're creating something different. So what if you didn't have to hold on to the baggage of making somebody wrong or even making yourself wrong? You just choose again and choose again and choose again. So everything that doesn't allow that, with total ease, will you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poads, and beyonds. It's like this little bug that's crawling up my window trying to get in. Pulled my attention. Okay, so remember, if it's light, it's true for you. And if it's heavy, it's a lie for you. And each person has their own awareness and their own reality. So don't try to match yours to someone else. Be willing to listen to what's true for you. Be willing to ask truth in your head and know when people are saying what's true and when people are lying or when people are lying to themselves. It's all a choice. So have fun playing with this tool, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.